Hello everyone, welcome back to Napoleon Total War, the Russian campaign, and you can see there Moldova and Bessarabia we have taken recently. And what we're doing is we're just swapping around some people because I wasn't happy with the fact that I had a lot of horses there. I wanted some more troops. So these clippity-clops here are on their way to this army, and these soldiers are on the way to that one. So that's where we're staying at the moment. Now, as you can see, we are hostile with the Ottoman Empire. We're also still hostile with France, and we're hostile with these areas over here. So we've still got that sort of little spot right in the centre here, which we are continuing to work on. Now, the idea behind that is that gives us a little sort of outpost that we can work on. And go up against the likes of the Swiss here and sort of push through the centre of Switzerland and maybe start making inroads into the French Empire. So that's our kind of jump off point. Now, it is rather isolated, but also it gives us an opportunity to deal with the Prussians. Now, what we've got over here is some more defences. So we've got a relatively large army here. The idea of that is to keep the Prussians at bay. Now, these armies here, they're only militia, they're in the process of building up. You can see everything going relatively okay. Let's have a look at factory, increases wealth, plus recruitment, fantastic. So, we're trying to essentially form literally a barricade here, especially for that area. Austrians we're not really worried about because we're allied with them. But the Ottoman Empire is going to be our main focus right now. And you can see we are repairing the army encampment. And then it will be time for the Austrians, for us to make our way down towards the likes of Bucharest. And then hopefully make pushes down towards Istanbul. But I'm thinking that we're going to need a second army there. The reason for that is because I don't think that a single army will actually do the job, because they could have multiple stacked armies here. That was my real concern. So you can see, look, there's a relatively okay-ish army there, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But the point is we can literally take all of that territory there. That gives us quite a few ports. You can see Athens is with the Ottomans at the moment, so we can sort of take those areas, give us some nice port areas to work with. And then we can deal with whatever needs to be dealt with then. So here we go. We've got an agent there. That's Oleg. And we are going to send young Mr. Oleg down to our next target. So you can see him making his way down there. And he's going to infiltrate that area. Give us an idea of what sort of forces are in there. It could be that there's no forces at all, in which case we could make a very quick run down there from here. But I think we should wait until those two additional numbers come up, and then we can make use of the restoration of the numbers here, the moderate replenishment rate. So you can see that, I mean, things are going relatively okay. Let's have a look around. See what we can build. Anything. I mean, we've only got 352, but if we get an idea of what we can build next, we don't really need to worry about anything, really, to be honest. I mean, that's a nice little gold area. That's going to produce a significant amount of money for them. Now, you can see here that we're building up stuff with a barracks so that we can actually use Munich in Bavaria as a jumping off point and a recruitment area. And we are surrounded by our good allies, the Austrian Empire. So that means that we are at least covered. We do have some Bavarian revolutionaries, rather large stack army, but with combinations of these guys and these guys, maybe they'll deal with that lot. And there's got this guy over here as well. So, you know, and you've got another set of Austrians moving up as well. So there's not really much to worry about. We've only got 252 in money. So this guy is on his way down towards the Swiss to sort of get an idea of what's going on in the Swiss Empire. So, because intelligence, getting an idea of what the enemy is up to, very, very important. Because at least if we know what we're up against, then we can sort of plan accordingly. And you can see there the Austrian Navy having a little bit of a contretemps with the French Navy. And they're still sniffing around England, down by the east coast. Now this is good because we're getting more Austrian armies moving up. Now it could be that they go after the Bavarian rebels, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out for them. It could be, you know, a case of they're just combining all the armies. There we go. Pushing the Bavarian rebels back straight away. Fantastic. Good job, the Austrian Empire. The Empire of the Habsburgs. And that's interesting. What are they up to? There's Württemberg, Stuttgart, there we go. Bucharest, there we go. That looks to be maybe an army moving down in the direction of Bucharest. Let's have a look. See if we can get an idea. It's only a dinky army, so it's not too bad, really. So we've got Bavaria, musketeers in Bavaria, and Little Tatari. We have some more horses. So we'll send these guys down to there, I think. Those guys are just remaining there just to sort of act as a barricade to that area. So we'll send these guys down to there. So they'll go on a nice little wander. Now, these gentlemen here, we just move them to one side. And then move these guys into there like so. And then these guys down to there. There we go. So you can see that's a pretty good army right now. And I think what we'll do is we'll leave it another turn before we start moving them down in this direction. This gentleman here, 66% infiltration. Successful mission, good. So we'll get information from him as on what's going on in the next turn, which is helpful. Now, let's see. We've got a building. Yeah, excellent. Little Tatari. So you can see as a result of that, we have the option to build a lot more things, which is good news as far as we're concerned. Now, we got 327. Now, can we build a drill school? Mass mobilization. Let's have a look at our research. So at the moment, we're just doing diamond formation, which is fine. Conscription, diamond formation, fire in advance, carronade, army organization, mass mobilization. So you can see there that that requires the national census, which will be that little fella there. So we'll leave that running, and then we'll work on these ones at the top here, improve coppering, and then the carronade as well. What we would like to try and do is have a second area that we can use for research, which will be very advantageous for us. Now that's a greater step. Oops, no. What options? No, we don't have an option to change that, do we? No, that's 400. That's 200. -1 happiness for the lower classes, yeah. I don't really want to make the lower classes less happy right now. But what I do want to do is try and find a place where we can create another area. Now, let's see. Because, if I'm right thinking, there's that area, which is a lumber mill. Because our area here is this place, see? So there's the classical university there. And we've got some gentlemen in there to speed up our research. Now, where else could we put a university, or at least some variation upon that? Theatre, cantonment. No, see, we are limited as to what we can do here. I mean, it could be... There's a magistrate there. It's going to be a steam pumped iron. And... yeah, we're kind of limited here. Supply post and a market. What about this one? There's another commercial port, which could turn out to be helpful. We've got this place here as well. See, drill school, don't need to worry about that for the moment. Because if we have the option of building more areas, let's look down here. Do we have anything that we could add to here? See, manufacturing, gunsmith, magistrate, big, what's that? Farm. Let's do that one. Supply warehouse, is that thing on by that one? What are the other options? A market. Market might be a better option because you can build more things. What does a lumber mill do? Okay. See, let's do that because I want to build up a good environment for, or a good economy I should say, for all this kind of stuff. We're going to go for that one because we don't need to worry about replenishment back far as here, because it's not going to be really much of an issue for us. You know, it's really not. Logging camp, that'll give us a little bit of extra wealth. Supply post and market, so they'll have to wait. Lumber mill, leave that one. What about on the edge here? Commercial portage. What about that one? It's another logging camp. And a secret society. Ah, bingo. That's what we could be looking for. Is that one. Change it from a secret society to a college. And then we have the ability to do double the research. So that's the kind of thing we're going to go for, I think. So we'll put one up there later. Now the only drawback is it's obviously quite close to this area. But the numbers of the army here are still pretty good. You know. So at least they can provide it with a little bit of support. There we go. Little Tatari, that's the barracks, good. So I think that's about all we're going to do for this particular round. And we shall move on to the next round in a second after I've just verified that we're good to go. So we should hear the next turn how Bucharest is doing. And yeah, they're bringing up some reinforcements, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The French are getting up to something. Good, the Austrian Empire are providing plenty of men around that area. Ah, Vienna. Good, Bavarian rebels continuing to be pushed back by the Austrian Empire, which is kind of the outcome. Yes, there we go, the Bavarian rebels have been shut down. They are now no more. Oh, crikey, look at that. Interesting. Oh, here come the otters, and they're pulling back. Right, so here we go. Magistrate, market, barracks, good. And we've got the money, so let's go up to, where was it? It was here, wasn't it? Yep, that's where it was, there. So there's a logging camp and a college. Phantasmagorical, just what we need. Now, let's go through and find some of the other bits and bobs. So that needs to be a lumber mill, and then that will help us generate more wealth, which is what we're after. Which is good. So we don't need to do anything else really beyond that. Now, let's have a look down here, because you can see here that there's pretty much no army. And if we look at this guy here, yeah, he's pretty much recovered his numbers. So we are going to go down, and let's attack that clearances as a preemptor. So we're going to burn that to the ground. They're staying there. Where's this gentleman on his way to? Yes, of course, he's going up to there. That's fine. There's clippity-clops on their way. Those guys are just staying there just to provide us with a little bit of extra support. There we go. More forces coming into Bavaria, which is fantastic. You can see one more recruitment, and then we'll have a full-size army in Bavaria that we can then use to go after the likes of these fellows. Oh heavens, look at this. Oh boy. So the French Empire, that could be a problem, so we may need to bolster our forces in that area and bring up some additional armies. But ideally, I think... See, the thing is, I'm thinking that it might be worth us just at least having these forces here to assist in the battle against the French, using or helping to use some of these Austrian Empire forces to assist us, really, because we can hold out that area as far as we're concerned, but, you know, and then just take a defensive position, wipe out these armies slowly over the course of time, and then allow, and then we can then push back against them. But we've got to be careful, because otherwise the Austrian Empire may potentially just dive in there and sneak in and take it from under our noses. But you know, we want to make use of the power of the Austrian Empire and make use of it to have benefit. So there we go. There's these guys here setting fire to that, and that will be their next port of call. Now, which reminds me, how are the Bavarians when it comes to their happiness? Are they relatively happy? There we go. So it's now going to be an 11 and a 0, and we're getting more income from them as a result, which is a good thing, as we've been spending more money. There's all these guys around. I'd like more of these guys to sort of gather around this area, bring these guys further down here. Whether or not we're going to lose Bavaria because we have to pull back from the French, it's a distinct possibility. But we do have that army of Württemberg who's guarding that particular area there. Now, whether or not they'll come round the side and go after Württemberg, we'll have to wait and see. And so what we're going to do is we're going to infiltrate him into there. Oh, damn it. He's been detected. So, hopefully he can provide a little bit of intelligence as to what's going on around Switzerland. Let's hope he doesn't get shot, as that would be a bad day for him, that's for sure. Now, let's have a look. Recruitment's fine. Court of Justice, drill school, it needs mass mobilization. Now, if we look at, where is it? Is it conscription? I guess mass mobilization is down here somewhere. Right, that might be a good one to do after we finish with this one, because then that will increase all the wealth generated by buildings. What's that one? Factory, which would be nice. +1 repression to the region. Land drainage, 10% wealth. And minus for all naval upkeeps. We'll see. I mean, that one could be a good one. It will create -1 happiness. Oh, there's the national census. And there, over the Court of Justice. Spawned gentleman. So, yeah, that's why I really need that second area, so I can sort of have the option to do what I need to. So, anyway, end of turn. And wetting of whistles. The French are really all over the Brits on that east coast. Right. Now, could they be moving forces down towards Stuttgart in Württemberg? That's the kind of thing that we wanted. Now, I wonder... Denmark, Norway. And the otters. There we go. Oh, they're coming back. Excellent. Diamond formation, and they're now working on fire and advance, which is good. Unit has been recruited in Bavaria, which is excellent. So that is now a well and truly full stack army. So that's really nice, actually. Because, yeah, mass mobilization. Let's have a look at that one. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So, let's see. Fire in advance they're doing now. If we do that one, classical economics, because then what that will do is hopefully that will increase the amount of money that we're getting in. That's good. Construction report, farms, a logging camp, lumber mill, magistrate. Put him in there, good. And clearances over here as well. So you can see then great estates, plus 400 in comparison to plus 200. So these are things that we can consider over time. Now, let's see, because I think what I need to do is that army's doing pretty well, but I really need to recruit more troops, because if Prussia are going to send anything against me, it'll be a full stack army. I just know it. Now the only drawback is these guys do not have any kind of cannon artillery, and that's a worry. Now let's have a look. If we were to do some artillery, see, Odessa's a good place for recruitment. You see they've got a good cross section of people there. Kiev, very limited. But Tatari is kind of the place to be when it comes to recruiting, but there's no option for cannon, which is slightly alarming. So that does 50 wealth, and that one does replenishment. And that is on the edges of Bessarabia. Okay. Let's come back to that one. The factory. 500. Enables research, which is good. So, the question is, where are my options for creating cannon? St. Petersburg. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's even further back. Now, what do they have there? Cannon foundry. See, I'm thinking that what I might do do that one. So I can get the horse artillery, because the horse artillery will be able to move very quickly. And that will be a helpful thing to have. Now, that's the problem I'm going to have right now. Or not. Or possibly not. Come back to you. Go away. So, what we need to do then is we need to find one of these spots here. And what we'll do is we'll put in the cannon foundry there. No, we won't. What we'll do here is we'll put in the cannon foundry there. What? No, can't do it there. Okay, so do we have the option up here? No, not really. What about here? Ah, this may be a better option. Bingo. Up in Riga. So that's where our cannon foundry will be. And then we will be able to move artillery down in these general directions. Now, I'm wondering if... See, we have limited options there. Can we put anything in Kiev, I wonder? Because I'm thinking that maybe we could just have another cannon foundry here. And then that gives us options for building cannons up here and cannons down there. Which is something that I think will be a very good thing for us. Now... those guys there, we're not really worried about that at the moment. Let's go round here. Yeah, that's the cannon foundry being created there. And did we create that? Is it in the process of being built? Yes, it is. Good. And a logging camp. So let's have a look around. Stables. Interesting. It's only 300, let's do it. It'll increase the region wealth. So we can't really say no. Let's do that one for wealth. Gunsmith and manufactory. No, don't have enough of that. Don't have enough to create clearance there. Yeah, we've done everything we can there for the moment, I think. So, now... we've got that little army there, and we've now in a position to take these guys and attack. 2,200 against 5,000. Let's wipe them out. Interesting. Well, it looks like they're in the centre of a town, as expected. Right. So, here are our boys. I think what we'll do is we'll put our artillery section there and then get them unlimbered. Get those guys out of the way. Okay, so what are those guys? Those are that lot. We'll put them all here into their big mode like that. And then behind them I think we will place 3 regiments and set them up as number 2. We'll have our cannons set up as number 1. We'll have these guys nearby who can act as defense, and I think another group over there to act as defense as well. So move over that area. Now, let's take these 3 regiments, move them there. These 2, I think. No, actually, we need them more over here, don't we? Because look at the layout. They're more to one side there. And then we'll have clippity-clops up here. And we'll have the other clippity-clops over there. And I think what we might do is we might keep a section of the clippities in the centre to maybe intercept any cavalry that comes after the cannon, which could be a good option. So we'll have to wait and see how it turns out anyway. But either way, we are confident of success. So we'll get these guys over to there, and then these guys to there. We'll move these guys up to this area up here, because that's a nice high area. I'll give them visibility. Now over on the right here, what I think we'll do is we'll move these guys up a bit here, and these 2 regiments up sort of about there, and we'll make the map bigger, and we'll send our clippity-clops down one side, and our clippity-clops over to there. So get these guys all ready to go. Now let's have a look, because 2 of these are horse artillery. I'm wondering, actually let's unlimber them and let's send these guys over to here, and then we can split the artillery between those 2 positions. Because they're horse artillery, they'll be able to move quickly, and I like the idea of having split artillery. So I think what we'll do is we'll get these 2 guys here. No, don't fire at that. Here we go, we should be able to move these buggers now. Here we go. And we'll get them to move quickly. So you guys should really start galloping quite significantly difference. Oh, there we go. We'll keep them set as number 1. And we'll have these 2 guys as number 2. Whoops, no we won't. We just screwed that up now. We'll have it as number 3. So those guys will go into square. These guys will also go into square as well. So here comes the horsey artillery, progressing its fair old lick. Along with those guys. Oh my god, look at them pegging it along. Up 2, up 2, up 2, up 2, up 2, up 2, up 2. Wow. Those guys have got it rough, haven't they? Let's stretch these guys out here. And then what we'll do is we'll then be able to move this section here in on an outflanking position. Oh god, what's happened to it? Okay. Oh, it's all going to go horribly wrong now, isn't it? Oh, what are you doing, you fools? If we ungroup them and then regroup them, that should hopefully work. But we'll wait for them to get into position, I think. Alright, so good, they're engaging. What we'd like to see. These guys can all stay there. And these guys can go in behind. Uh-oh. Shit. Get them over there to support the cannons. I'm gonna lose my cannons now. Son of a bitch. A damn fine idea shot down by incompetence. Most likely mine.
Our men are running, sir.
Yep. Damn it. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. We'll see. Move them so they're that direction. Bring these guys round and attack the Ottomans from this side. There's their general. Oh, good stuff. Keep up the good work, lads. Let's get them in and attacking. Not happy about that, losing my artillery. My own fault, I shouldn't have put them in an unprotected area. Get in there, zerg them up, boys, zerg them up. Good old Russian zerg, how we love them. Move these guys up a little bit, like so. Keep those guys firing there. Should finish them off, hopefully. just stab him. $283 versus $294, so it's not that much different. Get them into range. Good, they're fleeing. Let's get these guys moving up. Come on, shoot all them, please. What I think we need to do is get these guys to move up. And then get these guys to fall back. Another setup there, I think. What's going on over here? There we go, broken them. Move these guys up to break their commander. Yeah, keep them back there. Those guys up there to attack that lot. Bring these guys up as well. Bring these guys down here. So he's looking to finish off their general. He's pretty boned. Get the horses in to finish off the general. Do whatever damage we can to them. And then we'll turn these guys around to deal with these guys that are coming in this direction. Let's bring these guys in from the other side of town to offset them. Head them off at the pass, so to speak. And we'll to run into position. Continue, I want that general dead. Nasty landings. We'll get these guys to stop firing. Crush them between horses. Bingo. Enemy general is dead. So, I would consider that to be an interesting and slightly messy battle, but that's predominantly organisational from my point of view. So, we lost 798 men. We'll peacefully occupy that one. And we'll repair. And what we'll also do, we'll exempt them from tax for the moment. So, the army can now recover its numbers. That, we don't have the money to repair yet, but we will do next round. Region has been captured, Wallachia. Good, and we're making good inroads here. So I think down here will probably be the next area. Take Athens. Do it that way. Or maybe Istanbul. That's going to be the primary place, I reckon. And then sweep our way across here. Do it that way. So, I think that's going to be it for this week, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of the Russian campaign on Napoleon Total War. And we'll see you again for more. Take care, everyone. Cheers, bye.